Hey, what's up? My name is Paul, and welcome to PVlogs.
Okay, so this is my first ever YouTube video or vlog on my channel, and I'm definitely new to all of these. Yes po. Talaga nakakapa ako. I don't know how to do editing, so disclaimer, kung medyo may mga dull moments or boring moments sa video ko, I'll take it as a constructive criticism, and definitely on my next videos, I'll improve a lot. Okay, so to all my friends out there, finally, na-ano ko yung vlog.
Really, nigga?
Okay, and I just want to thank all of those people na up until now they're waiting for me to start my own YouTube channel. I mean, I owe a lot of these to you. Me starting my very own channel rather.
Okay.
Alright, so for today's video, we are going to answer some of the questions that were thrown at me.
Yeah!
So what happened was, I actually did post. Tama. Ito. Alright, I actually did post a status both on my day and my story on both on my Instagram and Facebook about them or my friends asking me any questions, and I actually had some, and most of them were actually love questions or advices. So I'm so ready.
A few moments later.
Alright, let's head on to the first question that came from one of my followers on Instagram. And yung Instagram name niya is aral. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so I hope I'm right. So the question is, spit or chew? Charing. Question ko, Vincent. Spit or chew? Ano ba? Ano, bubble gum? Or...
Mga bobo!
Anyways, so if papipiliin ako between to spit or chew, I'd rather choose spit. Kasi if it's a bubble gum, of course, if you keep on chewing it, nakakangalay din yun, di ba? So, might as well spit it after. Pwede na. Okay, so, next. This question was asked by my dear barkada way back in college. It came from Jessa Valida. Add niyo po siya single. Oh, Jessa ha? Alright, the question is, if given a chance to come home next week, why not this week? Wow. Galing, Jess.
Oh my God!
Right, so, somewhat this question is relevant sa akin kasi originally I'm from Ormoc City. Yes, I'm about to do a getting to know me video on my next vlog, but yeah, just to answer that, I'm actually from Leyte, and currently I'm in Cebu working. And due brought by this whole pandemic and the quarantine, hindi pa po ako nakakauwi. Well, as much as I want to, but of course I also want to protect my family, because who knows if I'm carrying it or not.
Right? Who knows? And going home still,
Going home na at nasa GCQ pa rin yung Cebu at this time. I mean, it's not safe, and I can't risk infecting them with the virus if in case, right? So to answer this question, Jessa, given a chance to come home next week, why not this week? It's because I'm afraid. Right? Gustuhin ko man, I mean, kung alam nyo lang, there are times that I'm crying, or I cried at night.
Really, nigga?
Because I really miss my family, right? And it's not easy, especially na malayo ka sa kanila, and of course, even though I have some people, sa bahay, nakasama ko dito sa Cebu, but still it's different when you get to see your family, to really assure that they're safe and all. So again, the answer to that is I'm afraid, even though I miss them so much, but I just can't risk it. Okay, so yeah, explain.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
All right, so the next question actually came from one of my Facebook friends and dear friend as well. It came from April. So the question is somewhere there. All right, so the question is, Kuya, what's the reason behind the strong relationship? Wow, this is serious. Ano ba? I think because actually I've been with a couple of relationships already. To be honest, sorry, I've been with a lot of relationships already, and most of them actually just lasted for 3 months. By far, not to include this this current rather, by far pinaka-longest pa. Yung longest relationship ko was for a year and 5 months. Yes, it was a year and 5 months, and yung mga sumunod na actually was just for actually just lasted for 3 months, minsan nga 2 months. Yes, I know it's funny. And usually the reason is cheating, hindi ako, but yung partner, or nawala yung love. I mean, I think it's when you're young, you actually have a different perspective about love, right? I mean, when you're at that age, you just think love is about, you know, just having the feeling, enjoying the companionship. But when I grow older, what I realized is love is just not about, you know, that feeling of being in love, not just about having someone to go on a date with, or having someone that can make you smile, can make you happy. It's just not that. What I learned all throughout the years is that love or being in a relationship entails so much more than that. It entails commitment, it entails time, it entails patience, it entails understanding. Hindi sa lahat ng oras you can expect your partner to be there. That's given, especially if you're working. I am working, my partner is working, and of course you can't expect each other to be there all the time, right? But what matters most is and you are, you know, also giving an effort to remind him or her na you're there. Ang importante ay alam niya at alam mong andun ka sa panahon na makakapitan mo siya. Right? And I think one of the reason behind a strong relationship, because I've been with my partner for about a year and ano na ba? May, June, July.
Really, nigga?
A year and 4 months. Wow, a year and 4 months. And one thing that I can share of that is more or less like a key to a long-lasting relationship is to always trust your partner. I mean, doubts will always be there, but you know, trusting him or her would really help the relationship. And aside from trusting him or her is also to dream big with your partner, right? Dream big. The reason for that is whenever you plan out things together, I mean, you ask him or her na, ano ba, what are our plans? It actually gives you that feeling na, okay, I wanna do this. I wanna, you know, achieve this with my partner, and it's so fulfilling when you do, right? In the long run, and it's something that you actually look forward to every single day, right? Even though, you know, walang lambing every single day, or what, the thought of it actually helps you or helps the love grow, right? And ano ba? Siguro one last thing is, you know, to remind yourself that not every day will be a good day.
Paano masabi?
In a relationship, hindi pwedeng walang away, walang tampuhan, walang times na wala. Magkaaway lang talaga kayo. And that's okay, right? I even remember previously, there was this one big fight that we had. And it was that fight that actually made our love even stronger.
Now, all I wanna be, all I ever wanna be, is somebody to you.
Because we get to talk about it, we get to, you know, understand that we have rather differences, and that makes us human, right? And working on those things would actually help you as well be mature, kasi hindi lang sarili mo yung iniisip mo lagi, right? And I think those are just the key for us to have long-lasting relationships, right? Don't quote me on this. I mean, it may work for some, it may not work for, you know, others, but for me it did. So, yeah. Okay, so let's move forward. This next person who did ask me this question had 3 questions for me to answer. Wow, pinapahirapan ako. And this actually was asked by my dear good friend, Kelvin. So Kelvin, if you're watching, here are your questions. And I hope I'm able to answer it, right? So the first question is, what do you believe stands between you and complete happiness? Wow, pang Miss Universe ata yung question ah. Alright, so I guess, ang hirap ba? Pero it's actually a good question. If I were to answer this question, what do I believe stands between me and complete happiness is actually fear. Because whenever you fear something, whenever you're in doubt of something, it doesn't give you the opportunity to go beyond what you can do. if fear gets in the way, or if doubt gets in the way, of course, mapanghihinaan ka ng loob to go for that, right? Let's say, for example, if you're trying to apply for a higher position in your company, and let's say, takot ka na baka, takot ka na ma-reject, takot ka na mag-fail, or in doubt ka kasi parang hindi mo kaya, pero alam mo naman kaya mo talaga, you are qualified for it, right? So if you let fear, or if you let doubt consume you, of course, you will never know the outcome afterwards, right? What if, let's say for example, pumasa ka or you got that promotion after you tried, right? So of course that's happiness. It will bring you happiness, definitely. I think that's what stands between you and complete happiness. Wow. Ang hirap talaga nun. Alright, so next question, still from Kelvin. What's our biggest mistake as humans? Right, for me, our biggest mistake as a human being is us being jealous of, other people, or let's say what other people has or have. Ang hirap. I think yun. Human as we are, you will be a hypocrite kung sasabihin mo hindi ka pa kailanman naging jealous of something. Even back when we were kids, right? Pag may makita tayo mas magandang laruan, we get jealous. We even ask for our parents to buy us one, or the same thing as those other children.
Paano masabi?
Let's say when we were teenagers already, especially yung nagbo-boom na din yung technology, may mga times din na we get jealous of people having those gadgets na mamahalin kasi yung sa atin yung hindi. Alam mo yun? And when we even grow older pa, on our career stage na, well, at times we even get jealous of people, reaching those positions, or tapos tayo, bakit hindi pa? When you're jealous, kawawa yung sarili mo kasi you're not letting yourself grow, right? We should always remember na hindi lahat pare-pareho, and you can't have all the things that other people have, especially if they, if this is material things, they've worked for it. Because I believe if only jealousy is, not existing, I mean, whenever someone achieves something, we'll all be happy for it, right? Wala yung mga naghihilahan pababa, or
Mga bobo!
or the crab mentality. I mean, those wouldn't be present at this time. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but that's just how I perceive things. And so moving forward, we actually still have one from Calvin. This is the last question. What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done? Siguro yun yung, I always consider things happening for a reason. Yun. Because, everything that is happening, may rason. Makes sense. Hindi, siguro, that perspective of mine is helping me every single day to cope up with what's happening.
Really, nigga?
Right? Always kong iniisip na this is happening because God has prepared a bigger or a better table for you. Hindi man ngayon, maybe you're not seeing it automatically at this time, but I know in the long run it will. And this helped me a lot to be more positive, right? Because I'm just going with the flow. In general, I'm able to cope up with things, not maybe immediately, but at least faster than the usual, or faster than I was able to cope up before with my problems. And it gave me a whole new perspective na God has actually planned everything already for you. Yung ikaw lang talaga yung gagawa to reach them, or to achieve them, right? So I think that's one thing that I've been doing really spontaneously, and you just really have to believe that reason is going to lead you to better places. All right, so let's move forward to the next question. This question actually came from one of my friends and colleague din sa current company na pinagtatrabahuan ko, and it came from Christy. So the question is, mahal ka or mahal mo? Okay, wow, very interesting question actually. Right, so if I were to choose between mahal ka or mahal mo, I'd actually choose mahal ka, or ako yung mahal. The reason for that is it actually gives you that assurance na regardless of you having doubts that this person is just the same as your previous exes, pag alam mo mahal ka ng tao talaga, it changes your whole perspective about love. And nakikita naman yun I mean, it would actually help you test natotoo siya. Kung alam mo talagang mahal ka niya. And I think it's way better kasi alam mo hindi magiging one-sided yung love eh. Kasi for sure, you have feelings with that person already and it just takes that person to prove it. Right? And I think it's just it. It's just my take on it. Okay, so moving forward sa next question. Wow, this is actually one of the best questions I've received out sa mga tanong. I mean, all of the questions are actually good. This is actually my favorite amongst them. The question actually came from one of my closest barkada as well, from Ivy. Or Binker, if you're watching, thank you so much for asking this. So the question is simple: are you happy? And also to answer that question, yes, I am so happy.
Sana all.
With what I have at this time, with the life that I'm living, with the people that with the people around me. I don't have regrets. I'm just so blessed by God for having all of these things with me. First, my family. They've been supporting me all throughout. They accept me for who I am. That's something that I'm really thankful of. My friends. I actually have a lot of friends, but I have friends that I consider family. Narin. Material things, I don't really have much. But one thing I'm happy about is that I don't have much.
Hirap, ang gulo.
Because it humbles me enough to know that yes, I may be earning a good sum of amount every month. Yes, but I'm not really how can you say this? Hindi ako yung tao na parang nabibighani always sa material things.
Really,
right?
nigga?
I'm into food. And I'm fat now. I'm fat. I'm fat. Look at me. I'm siguro sa camera hindi ko talaga makikita ang mataba ko, pero mataba po ako. Mataba na ako. I used to be this before. Look at that. And now I'm but I'm thankful. I mean, siguro kasi food yung go-to ko sa lahat ng bagay. Whenever I'm sad, I eat. Whenever I'm happy, I eat. Whenever wala lang, I eat. Right? Lalo pa nung nag-quarantine, my God. Like the refrigerator is always full of food. And ayun, siguro I am just so very happy na I have all of these things with me. I may not have everything in life, but I believe I have the things that I need in order for me to be happy. And yun, that's the reason why I'm so happy at this time. And not to forget, I have my partner.
Sana all. Di ba sana all, di ba sana all, di ba? Mana anak.
And I have the most loving, understanding partner. Kahit medyo may topak yung ulo ko.
Buisit.
I mean, always. But, I have this one person that I know that will never get tired of me. Hopefully talaga. Cross fingers.
Paano masabi?
But, I'm just so happy that I also have him in my life. Right? Okay, so actually by far this is the second to the last question that we have for today. The question is, ngano lami man ang ginadili?
No.
Ako, I don't. Ita-translate ko na lang po So the question is, bakit daw po ba masarap yung bawal? And actually when I read this question, talagang napaisip ako, bakit nga ba? Right? Whenever it's forbidden, it's always tempting.
Are you crazy?
Once you get to experience it, parang you're wanting more of it. Siguro yung reason for me, I think the reason for that is kasi nga hindi mo siya always nata-try.
Paano masabi?
Right? Let's say for example, it's a food. And let's say if you're allergic to chicken, right? I mean, a lot of people are allergic to it. And of course, ikaw na deprive sa chicken. Once you taste it and you like the food, of course, you would always want to try it again, right? Because you're not used to eating it, right? The other way around to it is whenever you're used to something, you get tired of it. Hindi mo na siya gusto.
Ako na lang.
Pero kung limit mo lang naman siyang nata-try, natitikman or whatnot, then of course you would always want it bad, or you would always want it so bad na kahit bawal, fight lang. May citizen naman, may alerta naman, right? I know that this is actually funny, but I think that's it. It's just you longing for that, you wanting it so bad, makes it more appealing, more delicious if it's food, and siguro kaya masarap ang bawal. Wow! Alright, so I'm not sure if I made sense on that, but that's my take. That's my take on that question. Okay, so last question for this vlog is, it actually came from one of my closest friends sa current company ko. It came from May. So May, if you're watching, thank you so much for throwing this question to me. And this is very timely and relevant in today's time.
Pia words ba ka, girl?
Lalo na ngayong quarantine. So the question is, do you think ghosting is the most graceful way out of a casual dating situation that isn't going anywhere?
Run.
Wow, May. Single si May, kaya eto po yung mukha niya. She's pretty, so if if someone is watching na gusto siya, please PM her. Bugaw! Pero, siguro to answer this question is, for me it's still a no. Ghosting will never be like a way out for a casual dating, even though, it's not going somewhere. The reason for that is, of course, when you're, let's say for example, if you're the guy and you're courting someone, kahit hindi man sabihin ng babae directly, ayaw nila munang sabihin gusto ka nila, pero gusto ka talaga nila. And siguro they're just waiting for that time na ma-prove mo sa kanila na yun, you're worth the pain, you're worth the risk and all, right? And siguro, let's say for example, at times kasi guys, hindi ko nilalahat po but most of the time, nawawalan sila ng gana if they're not receiving anything in return. Right? Again, don't quote me on this, hindi lahat, but most of the guys I know, or I knew,
Paano masabi?
ganon. So, one thing na masasabi ko talaga, ghosting will never be a way out. Kasi alam ko, nag-i-invest na rin ng feelings yung isa eh. Right? I mean, hindi lang to sa ganong situation na, kasi it could either be the other way around. What if it's the girl na nang ghost din ng guy? Right? So, to generalize it, most likely than not, they are already investing something sa courting stage na yan, or sa stage na yan. And, if mag-ghost ka lang, ano ba? Paano ba yun i-explain? Yung parang mawawala ka na lang sa... But to be honest, I actually did that at some point.
Ganda ka, girl.
Sa previous na mga cameo ko. Hindi marami pero I cannot really remember, but I think I did. So, it's really not a good thing. Because it will always leave the other person empty.
Paano masabi?
Ano yung ma-i-instill kasi sa utak ng tao yun, ano nangyari? Bakit? Ano ba nagawa ko? Ano bang kulang?
Palit ba ako? Then why?
Right? Especially if you're on to that point na parang magiging boyfriend and girlfriend na talaga kayo, parang gano'n, yung sasagutin ka na, or sasagutin mo na, tapos ng ghosting lang ng...
Are you crazy?
It actually even happened to one of my friends. And the bad thing about it is that I was even so supportive of that guy for my friend na di ko alam gano'n yung mangyayari. And I would even term that person as a coward for doing so. Kasi wala siyang paninindigan eh.
Di naman lahat ng lalaki bad boy.
I mean, let's say nananahimik yung tao, nilalabog mo, tapos iniwan mo lang sa ere yung, what? So, I think if asked a different question pertaining to this, what is the best way to get out? Let's say on the situation if you're currently dating and it's not going somewhere. I think it's just pure honesty. Pure honesty. I mean, if you think it's not working, you can always tell that person na, hey, I mean, I know that we're trying to work things out, but for me I think it's not going anywhere. I know it's easier said than done, but it's the best way for me. Kasi first, yes, it will definitely hurt that person, but it will answer all her whys, right? And it will also be easier for her or him to cope up. Kasi alam niya, right? He or she may or may not accept it, yung reasons mo, pero at least you were true, right? And hindi siya nakakabagabag ng konsensya, right? So I think that's it. Main lesson for that would be just be honest all the time. If you don't like him or her anymore, tell that person. If you don't love him or her anymore, tell that person. Huwag kang mang-ghost. Buhay ka.
Gusto ka, Carl!
Hindi ka patay. Okay? That concludes our vlog for today, and I'm just so really thankful for those who did ask me questions via Instagram and Facebook. I mean, I'm just so happy that I'm also able to address some of your questions, siguro problem din ng iba, and thank you so much also for the support, especially sa mga taong gusto na ako mag-start ng own channel ko, and thank you so much then for giving me the opportunity to to help you at least in some ways sa mga questions na binato niyo sa akin. Of course, don't forget to follow me on my social media accounts. So, lalagay ko na lang sila dito. So, follow me on my Instagram, my Twitter, and also my Facebook, and also my TikTok. So, I have TikTok, and most people sa mga videos ko sa TikTok are my makeup transformations, which I will be doing as well in a vlog, in one vlog in the next couple of days, siguro. Masisipagin. Right, and don't forget to like this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this vlog, and see you the soonest.